split drop around the Milta Power area. Eventually, boys will go to Milta. Red Reserve will head up split. As opposed to going as far north as they can, getting in the vehicle and rotating up to Yaznai. Maybe that's what they might do, but so far it seems like they are dropping in Lipovka.
Lipovka will be taken up for them. They had a few fights happening in Lipovka, but most of the time they dominated it. Oh no, that phase 1 circle. No, look.
Circles should stay in play on phase 4, phase 5. So that's something that these teams will heavily have to consider on their rotations and where they want to stay.
Yeah, you already got a few teams trying to shift up north. That's going to be Team Warlords. You know, they like to aim for that position. They like to go for Yasnaya Polyana, but AK-47, they know they can't get to Northern Georgepol. They had to try and think of a different plan to hold on to, and they're going to be going straight for Yasnaya also. But Team Warlords, they saw the car in front of them. They're not going to go for it. They're going to go for the eastern section of Yasnaya, which has got a nice cross-section for the rest of the compound. So like that, they won't really get involved. And also, early game fights in Yasnaya, if you've got 2 to 3 teams, should basically never happen on phase 1.
No, it really shouldn't. What is going to be good for Hate is the fact that with that circle and with the playing trajectory, it's going to give them, depending on how long they take to rotate, it's going to give them a nice, easy disengage into that circle via the west bridge on military base. It should be clean, no real hassle. The only thing I fear is obviously if they leave it too late, there could be maybe one team either bridge camping or kind of on the hills towards the north or the south of Gaka, should I say.
I mean, one position I would really like to see taken over right now is the bridge camp you can get on the eastern side of Georgepol. We saw a few teams already get there. That's where actually AK-47 got himself that 20 kill bomb, because that position, if it does shift in your favor a few times in a row, is extremely valuable. So AK-47, I would say, loot a little bit up in your area of Yasnaya Polyana, which they are doing up right now. You got some AK, you got some stuff like that. That's fine. Find yourself a car, which are pretty good spawn rate in that area, and shift straight to Northern Georgepol. I would say that would be the best way for them to play at this stage.
Yeah, and that's where they normally go, right?
Yeah,
so I'm a
they're
little
used
bit
to it.
surprised they didn't. Yeah, they'd be used to it. And yeah, of course, getting those key areas, I would definitely, of course, advise, and I guarantee you we're going to see teams go there, but I would heavily advise not going anywhere near either Ruins or Watertown, just because with the circle being heavily involved in there, we are going to see a lot of teams already going around there. You have the hills and the mountain area around in between Rosshawk and School, which is going to come into play. And you have the little compound to the west of that area, which is obviously most likely going to be occupied by Next. So Ruins, Watertown, don't go near it, guys.
Yeah, definitely avoid it. I mean, Accelerate aren't here anymore, so know that nobody's going to be chopping in Watertown. They were the only one to do that. But Ovian Esport, they already got now Saverny under control. Hopefully, they're not going to go for boats anymore, because I think that now they've been just this. Their only fear is going to be boats. They did not like that yesterday, and it's what made them die out in like one of the first positions yesterday on the Wrangle. So they don't have to move from there. The circle is looking pretty good. They can play with the northern coastal line. Well, Elevate going for a nice early on 2-2 split rotation to find a nice position to call home, as they're going to be shifting on the eastern side of Yasnaya Polyana. Sorry,
just had to try and catch my breath there a little bit. Trying to swallow, but yeah, good stuff by Elevate, going for a really quick rotation up towards the north. We've seen the rotations be a little bit better in the lead up to the finals. They just haven't really shown the fragging potential that we expected from them in these games. Hopefully they'll be able to bring it out on the final day. Red Reserve, another team that have really failed to light things up in the finals so far. They're on the east side, looking to stay a little bit safer now, maybe do a bit of scouting, but not get too far away from each other.
Yeah, Team Warlords, they already started moving away. They're not too interested in holding in Yasnaya. They know that it's not a valuable position on this first phase, so trying to aim a little bit more centrally, which they are doing. Team Warlords, they're a team that they need good performances right now. You can't afford... If they get one more bad game today, I'm going to have to say it's game over for them, unfortunately.